Hi everyone, and welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. In today's video we're going to take a look at a whole range of accessories that Arkon mounts very kindly sent into me. Now these are really designed for creators but can also be used for other purposes as well. Now what they sent me was this bag over the back here full of goodies. There's so many different options. They've also got a really good product catalogue, and this will actually guide you through every single mount and option that they actually make, and there are a lot of options. They've sent me almost everything to share with you today, so I'm going to give you a good guide through how you can use the range of mounts and tripods and accessories from Arkon to improve the type of content that you create, and some of them are very useful indeed. So let me just put that to one side. I want to show you this first one very quickly. This is like a selfie light or a photo light for your smartphone. I've got this currently clipped to my iPhone 7 Plus. Now you can obviously put it on the phone like this so your rear facing camera shows through, or indeed you can reverse it like so that your selfie camera shows through. And what you use this for is just to give you an extra bit of sort of key light or fill-in light. It's got a micro USB connector on here to charge the internal battery. It's also got the power on off switch just here, and then it's got a little rotating wheel to increase or decrease the intensity of the light. So we'll turn this on. We've also got this button I just turned it on with is also a multi-function button, so we can increase the intensity like so it goes very bright, as you can see, or we can decrease the intensity of the light. We can also push this button to introduce the other LEDs, which gives a slightly warmer light, or we can just go completely to warm, or we can turn off completely. So the first setting is just the white light, and then slightly warmer, and then just warmer again. So let's put it on that middle one, and then I'll just turn it all the way up to full brightness, and you can see it's very bright. Really cool little light. Now if I pop this onto my iPhone here, and we launch the camera app, turn this round to do a selfie, I just want to show you what it looks like with and without the light. So this first one I'm taking is with the light turned on, and then we'll turn the light off and take one. Let me just do that again. We'll do the one without first. So this is without the light on, and do bear in mind that the difference you're going to see is not quite as pronounced as if I didn't have my studio lights on. So now we do one with the light on, and then we'll turn this off. I just think it's a very useful light. Let's just take a look at those results from the camera, and there is a noticeable difference in the shadow areas. So if I show you this one, this was without the light on, still a very good selfie, and then with the light on you can see it's really brightened up the face. It's just a nice addition to add to your smartphone if you want to add that bit of sort of key light. Very good in low light situations, and super light as well. Very portable. Nice little spring clip on there, and you can use this with any smartphone. The actual sort of space here where the lens is going to go through is very big indeed, so it should work with pretty much any smartphone. So before I move on to the next product, let's take a look into the live chat. A big thank you to all of you who've tuned in live. I really do appreciate it. We've got Life's Life, Chris, Sumu, and the Photo Show asking me to pout for the selfie. you guys, let's move on to the second product. This is their sonic shutter. I'm not going to be able to show you this actually working, but when you're using things like these mounts I'm going to show you, you might be using a selfie stick, for example. Being able to trigger the shutter on your smartphone is almost dropped it, is very useful indeed. This is just a tiny little remote shutter release. Very cool. It works extremely well, and allows you to trigger that shutter from across the room, for example. So you might have your smartphone on the tripod, which I'm going to show you next, and you need to actually activate it without being behind or near to your smartphone. So this is well worth checking out as well. Now before I show you this smartphone, sorry, before I show you the tripod, I just want to let you know that down in the description area there is a link to the Arkon website. Now, it's not an affiliate link, it's just a general link that goes through to the Arkon website. But if you use my code Geekanoids, then you'll not only get 20% off, but you'll also help support the channel a little bit. It lets them know that you've come from the Geekanoids video, and it gets you 20% off your order. And some of these bits are genuinely very, very useful if you're a content creator. And they all sort of interchange with each other as well. So I'm going to show you this tripod next, but the piece here, like the ball mount, is all interchangeable with the large tabletop overhead mount that I'm going to show you in a short while. And it just all works together really well. So this is the tripod, and yes, you've seen tripods like this before, mini tripods. It's nice and lightweight. It compacts down into a really small package for you to carry around. You can obviously take all of this apart. It's got like a sort of a release plate on the top here, so you can remove that as well. And then we can put the legs out on the tripod and stand it up. And then this is a really strong sort of spring mount on here, and it's attached via a release plate on the tripod. And then if we loosen off this mount here, just loosen it off a bit, there we go, then we can actually rotate this round to all different angles. So I can put my phone in here, for example, and it's a nice tight grip, and we can rotate this round to perhaps landscape orientation, set this up to take a photo, use the remote shutter if we need to as well, and it's just a really nice stable base for your tripod. All of this you can tighten up. You can also release this one, and you've got another ball joint further down on the tripod, so you can get the perfect angle for if you're taking a photo. It's just a really nice setup. We can also, if I can do this correctly, let's just do this and move this round like so. So if you were using this in this sort of format, maybe not quite that angle, let's just reduce that angle a little bit, there we go. Then we can do this sort of setup with the front facing camera on your smartphone, and you can use it as a selfie stick as well. So you can very, very easily sort of maneuver this into different positions. And then when you're done, it's just a matter of releasing the very tight spring clip. That's really, really firm grip. So you can release that, and then you've got it back to this sort of portable form. As I mentioned, you can actually take this off. So if I undo this and then push this button, we can actually take all of this apart, so you don't have to have this big mount on here. You can just compact it down and take the tripod separately. Really very, very good solution. And then this part here, this ball joint, is the same as what's on the big stand that I'm going to show you in the latter part of this video. So really nice little mini tripod from Arkon as well. And again, do check out that link down in the video description. You can pick up all of these direct from Arkon themselves. Now next up, before I show you this stand, I've got another stand, which is a travel tablet stand. So not so much for the creator, this one, although you could use it, it would come in handy. This is for a tablet. So I've got my iPad Pro here. I can stand it on the tablet stand in this orientation, or indeed I can rotate it round to landscape and use it in this orientation. And my iPad has got a case on, so it works with a case as well. And then you can also adjust the angle, so you've got sort of like a little ratchet mechanism to put this into different angles, so that's really useful. And then when it's not in use, it just folds down to that. Very, very useful indeed. And then to use it, we just go like this, pop it onto the desk, and you've got your tablet stand ready again for using with your iPad or your Android tablet. A really useful little companion. This is really good. When I saw this in the bag, admittedly I thought, what's this? This isn't going to be useful. But the fact that it compacts down to such a small size is very, very good indeed. Brilliant. So anyway, before I move on to show you this last product here, let's take a look inside the chat. We've also got I am MB, and also is it Arto in the chat as well. Hello to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. All of these products I'm showing you from Arkon are really useful if you produce content, and this last one is really very impressive indeed, because I've been looking for something like this for a long time. Let's just bring this forwards into shot a bit more. It's got a very heavy base on it. It's all made of metal. There is some plastic construction at the top, but primarily it's made of metal. You can rotate this round, if I just do this the right way, so you can rotate this round. This is at its highest position, and you can bring it down into a lower position all the way down to here, and then when you've got it in the appropriate position, you can lock this down. It works like a tripod leg, so if you've used a tripod with these sort of turning quick release sort of mechanisms, this is very similar. And then on the top we've got various ball joints. So we've got a ball joint here that you can loosen off, we've got another ball joint here, we've got another ball joint here, and another one here. And what this is really designed for is for like an overhead stand for your phone. So I can put my phone in here again. Let me just turn this off, and we can use either camera, doesn't matter, but we put it with the best camera facing down, and we can pop this into the stand like so, into the same sort of mount that I showed you here. So this sort of a spring clip mount, this is what's attached to the top here, and then we can adjust everything with the ball joints, tighten everything up when we've got it in the position that we want, and then we've got this top down view. So I could even rotate this. Let's rotate this round so it's in that orientation. So now we've got this really good top down view, and if I had this iPhone connected remotely to my streaming software, I could switch camera views to the iPhone and have a top down view. Or indeed, if I was pre-recording my videos, being able to attach your iPhone in this orientation and having this sort of overhead top down view for an unboxing or a baking video or any sort of video where you need a really nice clean clutter free look at something, it's really very good indeed. Even for product videos, the type of videos that I do, this would be a very handy setup. And if you haven't got the angle quite right, you can sort of loosen things off and you can put it to whatever angle you want. Look, you could even go all the way up like that. I know that's slightly off shot, but we've got that now pointing outwards. Let me just lower this down so you can see that. So now we've got the smartphone pointing out as though this was a regular sort of tripod, and you can adjust all of them independently. We've got so many ball joints that we can actually adjust, even another one just here. It's just a super flexible mount for putting your smartphone on. Really good, really very good. So let me just adjust this once more, just so this is top down. Show you how easy it is to do. So that's now in a top down position. I see a question just came in from the photo show asking if this arm actually extends. Yes, you turn this like so, and then we can extend this all the way up to its maximum, and then we can lock it into position, and then we've got that really nice sort of wide angle. And then if we want to come down lower, so instead of using the smartphone zoom, you would just lower this into the appropriate position and then lock it into place. Very good indeed. It's just super useful. This is something I will personally use, and I just think it's very well made. The base on it has got rubber on the bottom, so it's not going to scratch your desk, and it's a really heavy base, so it's not going to topple over. It's a nice firm platform for supporting your smartphone. So that is all. I almost forgot, there's also this extra accessory pack that came with it, and this includes things like extra ball joints, another threaded mount here. Let me just show you this. They're just so useful. You know, you get all of these extra accessories. So there's another ball joint there with a threaded mount on there, and then there's also one of these which is similar to what we've already got on the actual mount behind you here. So there's sort of one release, this turning portion here, and this releases both ends. So this is where the ball joint goes into, and then you tighten it back down into position. So it's just very useful and really well made. Very well made. So that is it for my look at the Arkon range of mounts and tripods. As I said at the beginning of this particular video, if you're into making videos for YouTube, instructional videos, how-tos, unboxings, or pretty much any type of content, then these mounts really do come in useful. And if you're into your selfie game as well, this little light, which goes super bright, this little selfie ring light, look at that. So bright, with multi sort of colour modes as well. We've got different sort of tones to it. Is super cool. So if you're into taking selfies with your smartphone, then this is a definite must buy. So that's it for this particular video. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for joining in the live chat. If you're watching this after the live event and you've got any questions or comments, please do drop them down into the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button as well. I really do appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the Geekanoids channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.